Hey everybody, thanks a lot for joining me. If you notice my voice is a little bit deeper than usual, I have a cold. I'm feeling quite a bit better than I was a couple days ago, but yeah, I'm happy to be sitting here, happy to have some makeup on and be talking to you. You guys have probably noticed I've done a lot of high-end makeup reviews on this channel lately, especially with the holiday palettes. This time of year, everything's coming out in stores, and pretty much as soon as those things hit stores, I know we're all kind of wondering what's worth buying, how does this one compare to this other one that this brand put out. So it's my hope that those videos that I do help you make those decisions. I have been asked, like, when are the drugstore videos coming back? And they are coming, and this is one of them. But I guess I just wanted to point out, and you know if you've been watching all of them, like, my high-end videos haven't been all about, like, go buy this, 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 and this. All these things are must-haves, because they're not. So that's what my channel's all about, is trying to help people make more informed decisions. Well, I've been trying a lot of the high-end products. You know I'm ready to pounce if I see some drugstore sets that come out that might be worth trying. And so I saw a bunch of them come out recently on Ulta's website, and I thought, yeah, you know, these things look great. I want to do kind of a under $25 makeup gift set recommendations video. And then I got them home and tried them, and only a few of them turned out to be recommendations. The season is young. I'm sure I'll come up with maybe some more recommendations still as the months go along here, but there really are some things that were not so great that I tried, and I know you guys want me to give it to you straight, so I'm going to tell you what worked and what didn't. I'm going to start out with the things that worked. This first thing I was really happy with. It was $24.99, and it's the NYX Tricks of the Trade Travel Kit. I guess the Butter Gloss and the All Over Balm are full size, but your other things, you know, are a little bit smaller size, and I think it's a great opportunity to try so many different kinds of products, because it's not like one of those flat out basic kits where it's like, okay, here's your blush, here's your highlight, here's your bronzer, here's a lipstick. You know, it's like there are some kind of interesting things like the pore filler, which I've been using this. I already had this, and it's kind of similar to the Professional from Benefit, only I think it's a little bit more lightweight. It comes out like very almost fluffy out of the tube. It's very mattifying, like on contact. You will notice your skin looks matte. I do think it does a good job of camouflaging pores. It makes your skin very smooth. It's the type of thing you could wear like all over your face for sure. Or I think you'll definitely see the benefits even if you target it in areas where you just feel like you have the most visible pores. Like for me, that would be kind of around the nose. Born to Glow Liquid Illuminator. This is like a soft, pinky, pearly type highlight. It's definitely the tone of Benefit's High Beam. It's a nice mixer product, so you could put that in with a foundation to make it more luminous. You could put it in with a moisturizer, even a body lotion. Or if you want it to look very concentrated, you could just apply it, you know, straight to the tops of the cheeks with a stipple brush or something like that. So that's great to have. The Butter Gloss in Creme Brulee, I love that they threw that in there because that's a great classic nude, kind of peachy nude gloss. I love that one. I really like wearing it on top of different nude or neutral lip liners. It's just a great classic gloss. Very comfortable, smells amazing. This video is going to be a bear to edit because I've stopped and coughed like so many times. This NYX HD Finishing Powder is a pressed version, and that's really handy, I think, especially for travel. If you use a lot of like the loose HD powders, I know e.l.f. has one, Makeup Forever. Sometimes the loose stuff is a little bit wild and crazy to take with you, but the pressed version here works really well, and I actually use that as an under eye setting type thing. It really mattified and helped perfect that area, so I like that. This blush and contour duo, I'm wearing it today. The bronzer, I think a lot of people will be able to wear that. It's, you know, I wore it pretty lightly today for my skin tone. And the blush looks kind of deep here, but I feel like it wears like sort of a, I don't know, soft peachy shade. So really like that. This All Over Balm is kind of cool. It's in a little tin, so it's like an argan oil balm, it says. And this really kind of saved me today because my nose was so like red and crusty from blowing my nose nonstop. And it really like just softened up the skin so nicely so I could put makeup over it, and I don't know if you'd know that my nose was in as bad of shape as it was. I also even put it on my lips to kind of pre-soften them before putting any lip color on, so I think you'll notice a lot of uses out of that. I'm sure I will figure out more uses as I continue to use it. And then you get a matte finish setting spray, so it's great to have a small size of a setting spray. They're nice right after you finish your makeup, but they're also great for like the periodic misting throughout the day, you know, to kind of freshen things up. And I've definitely used my dewy finish setting spray a lot more than the matte finish, but I was using it today just playing around, and I sprayed quite a bit of it on, and it was kind of surprising how my skin still maintained such a matte finish. It was definitely taking away any sort of powdery look to my skin, but I didn't have any dewy, shiny glow after spraying this on. So I guess bottom line, this is a great little try me set for NYX products. If you haven't tried a lot of the things that are in here, it might be a nice gift for you, or if, you know, you've got a friend who sort of is trying to step up their makeup game with some different products. Plus you end up having this great clear zip around bag, which I love clear bags for makeup storage or travel. It's great to be able to see what's in there. The other thing from NYX is also a $24.99 kit, and I was so pumped to see this on the website. Do you guys remember when NYX first came out with the butt naked eyes? It was like the naked trend was going real big, and NYX put out this like very cool toned eyeshadow palette. I got that way back when, and I know I've talked about it before. They came out with a second version, which I did not get. I guess I just wasn't compelled enough by the colors to try it, but this one I felt like I had to have, and I really love it. It's the butt naked underneath it all. And here are the colors. Oh, if this is not a palette for all seasons, I don't know what is. I look at this and I see fall, I see summery type shades, I see winter, kind of cool colors as well. It's got a little bit of everything in terms of finishes, pearly finishes, shimmer, metallic, a lot of matte in here also. I think the matte lovers will be really happy with this. Nothing really chunky and flaky about this palette. Everything hangs together nicely, really nicely pigmented. A few shades I just like to point out. I know the burnt oranges are really hot right now, so I do have that shade worked into my look. I use this kind of goldeny color on the lids along with this peach, and then I put this in the crease and a little bit of this as well. Really happy with the way that look turned out, and I feel like I'm wearing that orange sheer. So that should give you a sense of how pigmented that shade is. It can really go big if you wanted to. I like this deep teal shade right over here. I also think a lot of people will be interested in this shade here. It's like a classic taupe with that little bit of plum thrown into it. This highlight is so buttery and amazing. Love that. So that's a lot of eyeshadow product there up top, but then here's what you have in the bottom. You've got 3 tones of highlight. One is like classic champagne, one's a little more golden, one's more pinky, and then 4 great blushes. A matte soft pink, a matte like little bit deeper rose shade. This is a shimmery coral, and then this soft nude. I'm really interested to try it because it looks extremely soft in the palette, but it swatches very peachy. So I may be kind of surprised with how that one comes off on the cheeks. I may love it, I may not, I'm not sure. But on the whole, I really like what's happening down there, and I love what's happening up there with the shadows. So that's something I would really recommend. I think for 25 bucks-ish, it's a really good deal. The third thing that I tried and really liked was an Ulta brand thing, and it's this Love Your Lips 6-piece lip collection, and basically they combined, it says, Ulta's favorite lipsticks and glosses. Enjoy a new look every day, mix and match for beautiful buildable color. So they put in 6 different formats of their lip products. So I really like that idea, especially being one who is not extremely familiar with Ulta's line. You know, I've just kind of dabbled here and there with certain products that have interested me. If you're like me and you're just kind of curious, this is a nice way to test out, I guess, what they see as their really good stuff, and I do love what they've put in. If you're into the really deep, vampy matte lips, they've given you one of their matte lip creams in the shade Elusive. I think that's a really pretty shade that I'm going to get some use out of. The Butter Balm in the shade Anya, I was thinking this was going to be a lot more sheer than it was for whatever reason. Sometimes I'm just disappointed in a lot of glosses I try, but this one, very pretty soft pink gloss. This lip crayon in Daredevil, kind of a similar texture to a Tarte Lip Surgeons. It's a nice deep brick red. Interesting choice in giving you a clear lip liner. That's kind of fun to be able to sort of prime the lips. You might notice products clinging to your lips a little bit better when you put a clear lip liner underneath. Some people also like to use these to prevent like feathering outside the lip line, so I'm going to need to use this one some more and kind of test it alongside different products to see how truly effective it is, but I think it's cool that that's in there to try. The lip product I've been wearing throughout the video is this super shiny lip butter in Vienna. This is kind of the neutral of the bunch. It's kind of like a glowy neutral. It's a little bit peachy. I definitely needed something today. My lips are just feeling so dry. I needed something that was going to be moisturizing realizing I could not go matte today. If I went matte, you guys would be like scared of my lips because they're so crusty. But with this on top, you wouldn't really know it, right? It gives me a lot of shine. It really packs in a lot of hydration, so I'm super pleased with that. And then this lip color, you know, just looks like a classic lipstick. It's number 215 Raisin. It's got a little more like purpley berryness to it than that jumbo lip crayon does. And there's just a little sheen in the finish as well, but it's definitely my kind of color. I guess just something to be aware of with this kit is that 3 of the 6 products are pretty deep, so if you don't generally like to wear any deeper lip colors, you may not get a lot of good out of this, but if it's something you want to try and then maybe split some things with a friend, you could do that. I just happen to really like the different things that they put in here, and I thought this was a definite like Ulta win. Next, I've got a product that I'm kind of in the middle on. It's a concept that I love. I think it's really fun, but the products inside, I don't know. I feel like this is maybe a like younger teen type product, and maybe some of the stuff an adult might like, but a grown woman might start opening some of these boxes and be like, another product with glitter. But basically Ulta has a little beauty advent calendar, and I think it's really super cute. So there's a little like plastic sleeve that just slides off, so that's why I'm able to hold this and nothing's falling out. But I love the color of it. I like how each of the boxes are like different shapes, and you've got these 12 days, and you could give this to someone early and they could open it like each one on 12 days leading up to Christmas, or maybe like give it to them on Christmas, and then each day after they've got some fun little surprise. Let me just list off first the things in here that I could see as usable for me. The highlighter. Funny that the highlighter in here, like there are so many things that are glitter packed, but the highlighter is not. It's like a creamy highlight. Kind of reminds me of Benefit High Beam, again, like one of those NYX products did, but it's pretty, you know, it's usable. It's gonna look nice and glowy and work for a lot of people. There's a brow tint, and it's one of those little wand applicator style things, so that's kind of a fun thing for people to try if you haven't used one of those. I like that they threw that in here. The lipstick is in a nice deep wine color. I could get into that for sure. And there's a butter balm in here that's in kind of like an iridescent sort of opal type shade, which I think is a lot of fun. But that's kind of where the likes stop for me, because then it's a glitter eye top coat, which is flaky as all get out, a glitter mascara, there's an eye primer, which I kind of liked, but they give you this tube and you think you're getting actually a lot of product, but you squeeze it, it's like there's nothing in there. There's hardly anything in there. An eyeliner, a glitter eyeliner. I'm not a huge fan of the basic pencils like that. Both the blush and the bronzer are pretty sparkly. And then there's a mascara primer, which I could have seen the value in had it not been one of those brushes where the bristles were so spaced out, because the last thing I want to do before applying mascara is like pre-clump my lashes together. And that's what a big brush or a widely spaced bristle brush on a primer will do for me. So after hearing my thoughts, you probably know whether this is a hit or a miss for you, or maybe it's something you want to get and like split with a daughter or a friend who loves glitter or something like that. Now that kit was $16, by the way, and these last few things, I was not feeling them, and I really wanted to, but I'm not, and I've just got to tell you, Maybelline put out a little lip gloss palette, okay? This is just, I mean, there's nothing special about this to me. If these were all like really opaque, popping on the lips type colors, I could rally around it potentially, but to me this just seems like the cheap lip product that you might get in some generic large holiday palette, and I can't get into it. And for $11.99, I'm sorry, but I think that's hugely overpriced for what it is. And it really did excite me at first that a drugstore brand was putting out a lip compact, but if you're gonna take this with you, you gotta have a mirror. They do give you the little lip brush, which is nice, and these all are gonna have that shiny appearance. It says actually lip gloss palette, which is odd, and I feel like that's just kind of a cop-out for saying, hey, these are sheer and shiny. They're not really that pigmented. Then these last couple things I have to talk about, something a lot of you all have been tweeting me about. I think some of you have run into these in stores already. They're $14.99, and it's the Gilded and Gold palette and the Up in Smoke palette. And so these do have little mirrors on them, and they each have their own kind of configuration of products inside, and you pull apart the shadow and blush, and underneath there's a highlight inside. In both of these you're getting like this jumbo eye pencil in black, and I mean, I feel like there's a higher standard for eyeliners these days. We put on eyeliner, we expect it to set, not move. This is not that kind of a product, and plus, I mean, not being able to have that precision. It's just kind of bulky and unusual. I'm kind of surprised that they didn't just throw in a smaller pencil there maybe. I mean, I could see, you know, putting it on for a black base, but the amount of times I actually use an all-out black base on my eyes is pretty infrequent. In the Up and Smoke kit, you're getting the sheer kind of baby pink gloss. You know, I still think it's pretty. I'm not a huge sheer gloss lover, but this one, you know, it's not sticky. I think it does have a really like fresh pinky look to it. The blush is a soft baby pink as well, very powdery, not a huge fan of that. The eyeshadows in this Up and Smoke kit, I think, are quite nice. I was very surprised when I stuck my finger in these and swatched these. So nicely pigmented. And then this highlight down here, very, very shimmery, a little bit on the powdery side. Definitely usable. I don't think anybody's going to try this and be like, oh, I love this so much more than my favorite highlight I've already been using, but, you know, it's there. The only thing I really loved about this kit were the shadows, and for me, like, knowing what I know now about the rest of it, I don't think that really constitutes the whole purchase of the kit. This Gilded and Gold palette, again, same liner situation, a really opaque red gloss. I do like that lip color. That's probably the strongest part of this kit, because you look at the shadows here and there's nothing super golden. Like, why wouldn't they give you one incredibly strong gold shade for shadow if this is called the Gilded and Gold kit? The one shade that I would identify as the golden here is just sheer kind of flaky and just not a real gold. I can't rally around that. The blush is like a soft neutral matte. I do like that. The highlight is a little bit chalky to me, whereas the other one had a really like nice level of sheen, kind of what you would expect from a highlight. This one is just like a little too just plain white for me. I do give you a puff in there for the highlight, one of those teeny tiny blush brushes, which I don't usually tend to get any use out of, and a sponge tip for the shadow. But bottom line with these Maybelline kits, as much as I love to see a drugstore brand putting out some palettes, I'm not going to automatically love them if they're not great quality. So I just wanted to put that out there, pass that along, because I know a lot of you have been curious about these. So that wraps up this under $25 makeup kit palette type video. I'm betting that by the time the holidays roll around, I'll have another video like this as well, but I just wanted to throw this out there for now since I had so many things to talk about. There were some hits, some misses, and yeah, I'm happy with the things that I liked. I mean, those NYX kits, the palette, and the little travel set I thought were really cool, and I liked that Ulta lip set as well. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.